Get out of the car right now, or we'll make you regret it. The officer's voice was sharp, echoing under the dim glow of the streetlight. A young woman, barely in her 20s, sat frozen in the driver's seat of her small silver sedan. Her hands trembled as she clutched the steering wheel tighter, eyes wide with fear. She whispered, almost to herself, I didn't do anything wrong. But the two officers towering over her weren't listening. One banged on her window with his flashlight, smirking. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Step out! Passers-by slowed, uneasy, watching the scene unfold. No one dared to intervene. The intimidation was obvious, but the badge made the abuse feel untouchable. The young woman, Emma, had only stopped at a gas station on her way home from her night shift. Tired but determined, she worked double shifts to support her younger brother after their parents had passed away. That night, all she wanted was to get home safely. Instead, she was surrounded by hostility. Her voice cracked as she tried to speak. "Please, I've done nothing wrong. I just want to go home." One of the officers laughed cruelly. "Nothing wrong? Then why are you shaking? Got something to hide?" He yanked at the handle, but the door was locked. The crowd grew, their silence heavy, as the young woman's breathing quickened. Her heart pounded louder than the flashing sirens. And then, just as the officer raised his flashlight again to slam it against the window, another car pulled up. A sleek black SUV, government plates glinting under the streetlights. The outer door opened. Out stepped a figure in full uniform, tall, calm, commanding. It was the chief of police. The crowd gasped. The officers froze mid-motion. "What's going on here?" The chief's voice thundered, carrying authority that cut through the tense night. The two officers stammered, caught off guard. Chief, we were just making sure she wasn't a threat." "A threat?" The chief's eyes narrowed as he stepped closer, inspecting the terrified young woman inside the car. Emma's tear-filled eyes met his silently pleading. For the first time that night, she felt hope flicker. The chief's voice dropped, colder now. "Unlock her car, now." The officers exchanged nervous glances. One muttered, "Chief, with all due respect, she wasn't cooperating." "Respect?" The chief's tone sharpened like a blade. "Respect is what you owe every citizen. Not harassment, not intimidation. Unlock her car." Reluctantly, one officer pressed the handle, allowing Emma to open the door slowly. She stepped out, trembling, clutching her bag to her chest. The chief removed his hat, softening his expression as he turned to her. "Miss, are you all right?" Her voice broke. They wouldn't let me leave. I didn't do anything. I was just scared." The chief placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "You don't have to be afraid anymore. You're safe." Then he pivoted back to his officers, his face a storm of controlled fury. "Badge or not, abuse of power has no place in my department. You disgrace this uniform tonight. Consider yourselves suspended, effective immediately." Gasps rippled through the onlookers. The officers' faces drained of color. "Chief, please." "No," he cut them off firmly. "There is no plea when trust is broken. You swore an oath to protect. Instead, you chose to bully an innocent woman, and I will not tolerate it." The crowd erupted in applause, cheers echoing across the lot. Phones recorded every moment. Emma, though still trembling, felt tears roll down her cheeks, not from fear this time, but from relief. As the chief escorted her back to her car, he said softly, "I can't undo what they did, but I promise you, justice will be served." Emma nodded, her voice small but steady. "Thank you. Thank you for seeing me." The chief gave her a firm nod. Every person deserves to be seen. The applause grew louder as Emma drove away, safer than she'd felt in hours. That night, she realized something powerful. Even when darkness surrounds you, there are still people willing to stand for what is right. And the officers? They walked away in silence, stripped of the arrogance they had once worn like armor. Because in that moment, the truth stood taller than intimidation. So, abuse of power can break trust in seconds, but courage and integrity can restore hope in a heartbeat.